Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 22, Day 6. It is a green day, and today, probably a fairly regular team, likely double giant spider, double kraken as usual, but we do have some new troops to go over that we're going to be getting on Monday for the event, so we'll go over that as soon as we do all of the battles. It does appear like regardless of what we do, even if we literally did no battles, we'd still keep number 1, so we're definitely moving back into bracket 1. So yay, we will be back there. Hopefully if we can keep scoring a score like similar to that, we'd get like 6th place every single week, so hopefully we can maintain that once we get back into the bracket. And this is the first week in a very long time we actually haven't lost a single person. So hopefully that will happen again this Monday, because one of the reasons we actually came down to bracket 2 was because we were missing so many people that week. But anyways, let's go and green kraken. Not in that order. Let's do the giant spider lead, and boom, there we go. Giant spider kraken. Sticking with the classics, get that really high kraken damage down and just obliterate them that way with a pure green team like that. So let's see what happens. Can also sub in a KrissTigger into this team if we really wanted to. Personally, I prefer doing it this way. Oh, move that over. And get our core manas. Take that and get to full. And no alignment. Ew, okay. Red does look somewhat enticing, just to get it off the board, because we keep taking reds that we don't even need. Might have to lean towards a blue, I guess. Nice little poke, though it's not really going to do much to a Bergolfa there, with how tanky he is. Brown also doesn't do it. Red still doesn't. Wow, really bad board right now. Blue would be a really amazing take. I almost want to take this purple into a sky purple. Didn't get it. And no good cascade from it either. This is a very elongated early game. We'll go try a blue surge and maybe that'll help. Though then again, having 2 spiders that we can't cast isn't really going to help us compared to having 1 spider that we can't cast. But there we go, finally. And once they finally get off, we just go crazy. Very nice, very nice. Can we get it on red? Nope, but we can get it on yellow the following turn. I guess I'll throw it now just to get rid of it, because we're going to get plenty of the mana just from the what we get off the board from the Krakens. As you can see, we already have both of them all the way back up. So that's not much of a concern at all. Get rid of the greens there. That gets our Kraken right back up, the one that was down. I get another poke, get another giant spider, and that will be match as soon as he figures out what he wants to do with his turn. There we go, not much. Let's see, yeah, we got it on brown. Oops, I should have done the other one. I didn't even realize the other one was already up. And that's match. Even if he revives here, we'll still get the kill. Oh no, he didn't get the Devour off. Never mind. Okay, well, we need that Devour to trigger. Go get another one up. It's obviously over, but hopefully he'll actually go down. Also, thank you, Chris Florian, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. Also, let me go say hello, all the hellos. I haven't actually said all the hellos. Hello, Maximuse. Hello, Nautical. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Gillax. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Henny. Hello, Bloodstained. Hello, Strawn. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, Bridget. And I believe that's everyone. Welcome all. Going for 1 new legend since the new kingdom coming really soon. Going for 1 new legend since New Kingdom coming really soon. Do you mean on the other account? Or I'm not quite sure what you're asking there. But to your first question, which I did answer in the chat before we started. Yes, if you do an arena now and you don't claim the final reward until the Monday reset, you do get to claim the seals from winning that arena battle. So if you, for whatever reason, wanted to get like 30 seals ahead the following week, you can do that to do so. Also, we're up against a very similar team right now. He's using the better version of it, but we can't do that because it's not pure green, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. Could end badly. Also, hello! Never mind. I already said that. Hello. Hello, D. Welcome. Okay. Well, brown into the green. Purple over there, but that's not going to interrupt it. Or it shouldn't. Move that over. And no blues yet. If I take that, he'll get blue. I just have to take the skull. Which way to take it, though? Yeah, that's fine. He's not going to interfere. Actually, he gives it right to us. Perfect. And that will get rid of reds, which we don't use, though it doesn't give us much mana due to it being 4 times, but it's also 2 3 pairs. Oh, wait, never mind, I didn't see it. It connected all the way. It's actually 5 times on that one. That's perfectly fine. Move that one over just for the mana. And to get it off the board, in hopes for more blue. Poke. Giant spider would be great here on not blue, and we actually do have an opening. Let's go throw that right there. Very nice. Get another Kraken down. And let's match. Now, if we can just repeat that 3 more times, we'll be perfectly fine here. New legend coming tomorrow. Going for 1 or more than 1 legend? Oh, am I getting multiple of the new legend tomorrow? Probably not. Definitely 1, obviously. I'm definitely getting 1. As far as further than 1, I don't think so. Mainly because I'll be using Infernus almost always compared to this thing. I'm only going to be bringing out this guy when I need the Impervious, because is a really, really solid troop for having Impervious. Really surprised they gave it to him. He's quite possibly, aside from Eldamagrim, he's basically the highest damage output of any Impervious currently in the game, excluding Eldamagrim. Also, it synergizes with Eldamagrim, so it's kind of funny. You can just use both of them together and have even more benefit as well, which is kind of nice. But yeah, we'll be going over him right as soon as we get through the battles. Oh, let's go through the next 3. Oh, of course, the same team. Let's hope we can do the same win against the same team. Of course, it's pretty much luck-based if we do or do not end up winning against these kind of things. I just noticed my hair looks so staticky right now. Obviously not my actual hair, but because of the green screen. Might need to adjust it. I don't know why, but the exact same green screen over time, even when the lighting seems to be exactly the same, it will go like a little buggy over time, and then I need to readjust it. Well, we'll go take the blues. Take another blue. Get the yellow down. What else we need to move? Green into a purple. Into double purple, actually. I'll take that there. Very nice. Almost everything we need. Really, really nice purple right there. The problem is, I'm still going for it. We get the damage out. I don't mind going for just damage. Wow, that is a lot of Kraken damage. We can still keep going with it, too. Why stop? It'll help get more blue on the board. Well, that was a really hefty amount of damage. Now let's actually try to land the Krakens. Nice. Can we get it again? No, but he's pretty much dead. If he'd stop doing turns, that'd be great. You know it's inevitable. Stop trying. There we go. And that's one Kraken away from death. And that is death. There we go. Oh, if we can do this 2 more times, we'll be in really good shape. Could be around a 7,400 or 7,500. Great way to end out the week for Guild Wars. It's like realizes I used the wrong color. No! No, that didn't actually happen. Ooh! That's Scion. Gotta go for the switch. Okay. So we'll switch that up just so we don't have to deal with the Scions. And go from there. So, into the next battle. I know. I hope Ferrous Rock can be craftable next week. I might actually just craft it. Actually, never mind. I might not have enough diamonds by then. But I almost want to craft another one just to have 4. I know there's no realistic purpose for having 4. But just for the fun of it, I kind of want to do it. Alright, we're in a really bad situation right here. None of the starting manas I need. There we go. Never mind. That got a lot better very quick. Didn't get to devour, but we got the mana that we needed for a spider. If you're wondering why I keep switching them, or why I switched them like that, you would have saw there that the Scion would have drained our mana. The point of this team is to get Giant Spider up and then cast that Giant Spider effectively. You basically just ignore all mana for your Kraken if you can. We got a pretty good start there for that. Just get that down, now we double Kraken, and hopefully one of them will land. Nice. Very solid extra turn right there. We can get rid of yellow. Get our double cast. Keep casting the first one over and over again. We'll get that down again. Nice, double kill. And that is match. Very, very quick battle there. Hopefully we get more points due to the speed, ideally, is what would happen there. Oh, and look at that, we even got an Arcane. Very nice. Arcane Blood. And now the Tauren. Against a pretty similar team, so we're going to keep the exact same order. Only real difference is he's using a Def instead of double Famine. Oh, let's get into it then. Should be pretty much the same thing. As long as the start goes well, we'll be perfectly fine. And nothing bad will happen. Or at least let's hope so. Well, right off the bat, okay start. Not ideal, but better than nothing. A little bit unfortunate to be going all into Kraken though initially, up against a Scion. I don't want to move this, but I know he's going to take the blue, so we'll try that. Didn't get it. He does give us a blue, so that's fine. We'll start taking that mana. Could try going all the way on the Kraken, but don't really want him to hit me. Oh, nice! Extra turn out of nowhere. And then we could just move that green over. If it surges, we'd be in a pretty good position. Oh, never mind. We don't actually have any bonus mana. We need a purple to drop there. Nope, didn't get it. That's Skull. Do I take it or do I not take it? I get a red out of it, but that red does nothing. I think I just crack in here for safety's sake. Ooh, safety. Gives all the mana to him. But he would have just stolen our mana anyways. So here, we just deliberately let him have a skull, or a thing, if he, depending on which one he goes for. And do we have alignments? We really desperately need it. We can do red. We can do yellow. None of them are extra turn, though. That's exactly what we need. Can't even do a drop, which is also bad. We might just take a blue, another blue, and hope the board is better after he explodes. Nope, board's still not better yet. Though he didn't get to explode yet either. So, oh, we could lose a Kraken here. I lose a Kraken regardless, so we're just going to take another move. So he does get a kill. Not much I could have done about that, but now we get a Spider Tank. And now we can just have to win off of one Kraken, which is definitely doable. Especially if he decides to want to loop. Go. Nope. He is really adamant about not wanting to loop this battle. Okay, he went for the Death Cast. As long as all four of them don't die instantaneously or something, should be okay. Need to keep our Kraken, though. Do I go for another cast? I'm gonna clear almost the entire board. Okay, this needs to not miss now. Would be great. Anything else we need to move? Doesn't look like it, so we'll throw that down. Nice. It didn't miss. And that is match. And now we just kill it with whatever. Like that skull right there. There we go. Sweet. That last battle could have gone a little bit better. Still an okay score though, 1685. I'll take it. And we're almost up to 8,000 for the week. And there we go. A 1-7 or a 7-3. 1-7. That would be horrifically bad. Wow. A 7-3, 6-3 is what we ended up getting. I think even during one day of Guild Wars, my thing did better than 1-7. My other account. Yeah, there we go. So overall, that brings it to what for the week then for our score? I don't think it was over 40,000. Generally, if you do over 40,000, that's really solid. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Never mind. We did actually end up getting over 40,000. Anything over 40,000 I find to be perfectly fine. Even anything over 30,000 is pretty decent. But there we go. 41,134. Actually, that might be the highest in the guild right now. Hey, I was just talking about this too. Like, we never get Paragon. No! We didn't get it. I just saw one with a higher score. Yeah. Side win doctor has like 500 more score than me. Wait, would I really have gotten Paragon if I had a higher score than him? Really? No! I would have done better in like one more battle. Or not have lost on one of those two. I actually would have been Paragon for the second time. He ended up beating me though by like 500 points. Okay, more like 700 points actually. Still, it's like half a battle. Oh well. We came close. We'll be in the second to highest rank for the guild. Still good enough. Okay, well, let's go over the new troops now. The two that are coming tomorrow, and yes, two. One in the Vent Keys, and the other is in the normal thing where you buy it with glory. Out of curiosity, is the Dragon Turtle troop any good? No, he's pretty average. Just asking because he'll be on the new console tomorrow. He's good for farming trait stones for the week. As far as using him, realistically, no one bothers using him, I don't think. He's mainly just used for the 2x trait stones, for the most part. But yeah, definitely farm up the trait stones while you can next week for console. Also, you can just look at the last week's event video too, since it would be fully applicable, since you guys are now having it as well. In about a month or so, console should be fully caught up to PC Mobile too, which would be really nice. So don't need to worry about the discrepancy between versions. Anyways, let's go over tomorrow's event for PC Mobile, and eventually soon for console as well. So let's actually go over the Epic troop first. I currently have the Epic one, or I mean the Legend one. Let me go get the Epic up, and then we'll go over to Legends. Okay, so let me go bring this into the thing. Let's see. 1 second. See if I can get this up. And there we are. Okay, so the troop coming tomorrow, or 2 troops. This is the one that you can get for glory. You're also going to be able to get a lot of brown purple. If you don't already have all the brown purples you will ever need, you will now easily be able to get that. But anyways, here's this guy. Pan's Eye. Cleanse an ally. Give them 16 to a random skill and 2 magic. Double the effects if the ally is wild folk. So that's actually very situational, but could be really effective if you're making an all wild folk team, which is kind of what he's made to be used with. Assuming he's fully maxed out, I'd assume that's more like a 21 random stat skill. So 42 to a random skill plus 4 to magic is definitely not that bad, particularly on a wild folk that happens to use magic a bit better. And I assume that 42 can hit on magic as well. So you could potentially get upwards of a 40 magic gain in a single cast on a ally. Of course, it's 1 in 4 chance, but you get that 1 in 4 chance, it's going to be doing a lot of damage. For the most part, I believe he's going to be pretty much unused, though. He does have fast trait, but this is almost a bad thing, as you'll see in the upcoming troop, because you're automatically going to have a fast trait. So for an epic, or for a troop in general, his traits are really, really bad. And since he has a very average ability, even slightly below average, it's not really going to be that effective. He's mostly just going to be used for his trait stones that he gives, those brown-purple arcanes that he gets this week. So let's go into the other one, and that is the Legend, the one that is actually good. This is in the event key drop pool next week. Probably around 100 event keys will get it. Do keep in mind, though, Silent One is also contesting as a drop, so you might get a lot of Silent Ones instead of this guy, unfortunately. But Silent One's okay, but it's not really something you need more than 1 copy of. But this thing is very, very solid. It deals damage to an enemy, boosted by Wild Folk allies. Not exactly sure on the boost ratio off the top of my head. Actually, we can go look that up real quick. What's her name? Leah ended up posting a thingy. I didn't actually click on it yet. I see 2 other people already clicked on it to check. Let's see. His boost ratio is 6 times, so 6 times per Wild Folk is what that bonus would end up being. So 6 times per Wild Folk, that's a 24 total then, assuming it's being used with the full team. So what is that damage then? Damage to an enemy boosted. Oh, that's actually really low damage. But it does do half of it to adjacent enemies, so that's kind of what makes up for the fact that it's so low, because it gains a lot more from the adjacents, since that's basically like casting the thing twice in essence. So I guess that's where it makes up most of it. But the most important thing about it is it burns all enemies. This is the cheapest mana cost troop that has a 100% chance of burning all enemies. Do keep in mind, Alamagrim can still do it for free, just off an extra turn. But as far as cast-oriented is concerned, this is basically the best way to burn if you're looking to cast a burn. So very, very effective in that regard. He actually makes many other troops that are epics, and a few other ones like Demostraxia, Salamander, stuff like that look absolutely pitiful in comparison to him. So they might need to look into rebalancing those, because this guy is just exponentially better than them. Is he better than Infernus though? In most instances, no. But there is one very niche instance where he actually is going to be better. Well, I guess 2. One is the obvious one with Wild Folk, because he gives 50% more mana to all Wild Folk, and that includes himself. Which is why I said for the other guy that him having a fast trait is basically irrelevant, because he'll automatically get it if he was being synergized with this. And that other troop basically always will be used with King Salinas, if he even is going to be used at all. But as you can see, he also has Impervious, which is very noteworthy. This is a very solid damage source for a something that has impervious, and it also synergizes very well with the fact that a Elamagrim also has impervious. So this gives a cheaper option, basically, for people that don't have Infernus but do have an Elamagrim, to basically use this instead. Because your best burn option, if you didn't have this, or Yarrow, or any of like the solid burn damages, to place them down, them shocks you, all those. What was the other one I'm trying to think of? Shegra. Shegra was the other one. You can just use a King Salinas, have him at half mana, only take 7, get down the burn, and pretty much just go from there. So yeah, looking forward to this troop. It's going to be interesting. It's basically constantly burning the enemy team. Nice impervious, so we don't need to worry about Devour. Overall, is going to be a decent troop. Isn't going to be like game breaking or anything like that, but will add basically wild folks into viability. So let me go close this out. I think that's the right one. Yep. And let's actually go look up every single wild folk currently in the game to see what this guy is even going to be used with. So actually, you know what? Let me go do the category for wild folk, be a little bit better. So if we go under type, go to wild folk. Should probably start from the back. Yeah, it's the absolute last one. Good thing I didn't go through all of it. So wild folk. That is a very large selection. I didn't actually realize there was that few wild folk. So wow, that's actually a lot less than I was initially anticipating. That is very, very few. Wow. Well, Ragnagord's the first thing that comes to mind. But he already has fast trait too. Wait, how many things are wild folk that already have fast? Because there's another one coming. Huh. And he's a red-yellow, so you're not even going to be able to cover every color. That is really strange. What will he be used with then? Ragnagord already has fast. This one already has empowered. it's way beyond fast. This one already has fast. Half the wild folk already have a trait that basically gives them mana. Maybe some kind of Savasi combo then. Transforms blues to purple. There isn't a good wild folk purple though. What uses oh, you could use this into, I guess, a Salvasi. Is that really going to be the team then? It's basically Salvasi, something, Tekiza, and the new troop all the way in last slot to act as a counter to Kraken. That is basically the team. This seems like a really, really weird team. Well, maybe put him in second slot. I don't know. I want to use Ragnagord, but I feel like I'm losing so much value if I do, by the fact he already has fast. But yeah, that probably would be the team for tomorrow, I would assume. It'd be Savasi. Ragnagord's already in place. I didn't even need to move it. Tekiza, and the new red-yellow, which we'll just use Blade Dancer as the placeholder because obviously he doesn't fit there. But yeah, something like that, or that, probably that. Yeah, so Savasi, Ragnagord, the new troop that comes in, and Tekiza. There's a brown-purple that's coming in tomorrow too. That wouldn't really fit into this team though. And we technically do cover blue, even though we don't cover blue, because Savasi transforms all blues to purple, which then fills Teska up. So we're still covering it, despite not technically covering it. We won't be getting off our explosion, but yeah, we'll mess with it. There is very few wild folk to mess with, that's for sure. But that's probably what we're going to go forward with if we do end up doing it. This new legend for PC and mobile sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, it is going to be a fun legend. I don't believe it's going to really be used with wild folk, but as far as with some other synergies, I could definitely see it being viable. Also, it might save people from having to trait. I wouldn't be surprised if people who are a little bit earlier in the game, who haven't really started trading a lot of stuff, will, instead of trading Ragnagord, will instead just trait this new legend, because this legend basically counts as a fast trait automatically for Ragnagord, so you don't even need to worry about getting that trait specifically for him, so it's kind of nice. Okay, well, let's go get our manas. And now I need to go to dungeons too. I don't know why I'm doing a PvP battle. Gotta go get those dungeons done. Only 101,000 souls? Wow. Yeah, I only have 101,000 souls. I haven't bothered really farming them. We will be dedicating an entire stream to that in the future, because some people did say that they wanted to see it when we go and do it. I'm kind of waiting until they release a new weapon, though. Like, as soon as there's signs that they're going to be releasing the new weapon, we will go and start farming like crazy. But yeah, I am really low on souls due to Dawnbringer. it ran into a good majority of them. And we're going to take another hit pretty soon when the new kingdom comes out, because obviously we'll be maxing every single thing from the new kingdom immediately when it launches. Except for maybe the common and rares, it's maybe a little harder to max out, but everything else, Ultra Rare Plus, is definitely going to be maxed. Also, I will test this team with the new troop as well that's coming tomorrow instead of an Infernus. I'm pretty sure Infernus is better, but of course the new troop that's coming is much cheaper than using an Infernus. Let me go do the dungeons real quick. To the dungeons! Diamond Day! In we go. Also, today would be something else I need to go do. Today is a good day to go over the Let's Play account, which I needed to do anyway, so that's another thing I need to remember to go over. Mentioning how good it is to actually buy the... if you were to ever buy the 50 diamonds, or the 50 gem pack thingy for this, the one that only costs 50 gem, not the $5 thing, but the 50 gem thing, this is the best day to actually do it on. It's technically the best day to do the $5 thing as well, if you really wanted to. But Diamond Day has the best value, mainly because diamonds are the most important resource within the Soul Forge. And this day gives the most amount of diamonds on everything that it does. On the tasks itself, on the 50 gem thingy, which ends up giving 80 diamonds, and most days only give, I believe, 20, among many other resources, including a Celestial Trait Stone. And other than that, the daily thing, if you wanted to do this, also gives quite a bit more diamonds than normal. And just more resources in general for whatever reason on this day. So if there ever was a day to do any of that, it is today. So if you were low on gems, for instance, like if you only had like 1,000 gems or 500 or something, and you couldn't afford to do it like the 50 gem thing every single day, make sure to at least do it on Sundays, because that's the day that you end up getting the best possible value out of it. Okay, that completely failed. He could actually win this. That'd be really sad if he does. It is possible. Please don't miss. I was kind of going to regardless, but hoping it would. And almost just said I was hoping it would. Verbal fails. Okay, I'll take the purple there. Double the brown. Double the purple. Actually, I'm gonna groom first. Now we double the purple. Nice. Oh, that miss. So much HP, and it gains even more. I think it's like 12 HP per extra turn. That was really annoying when I was doing on my Let's Play account. No, it's 8 HP. Oh wait, never mind. Today isn't Behemoth Day. Wait, which one? Oh, it was Mongo who had the buff. Never mind. But yeah, it is, I believe, 16 HP when it is a Behemoth Day. I was gonna say, that looks like a normal amount. Which it is. Which is why. And down it goes. When is Code Breaker coming back? Combo Breaker? Do you mean? I don't know what you mean by Code Breaker. I am not sure what you were referring to with that. Also, hello ODX, welcome. Sorry if I didn't say hi earlier. Also, hello Inhuman as well. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. And if anyone else has any other questions, feel free to leave them. When... Or where do you get Storm Arcane? What color is Storm Arcane? Is it yellow blue? I actually forget what it is off the top of my head. Yellow blue is Stormheim. I can't recall off the top of my head which one Storm is. But if you told me the exact color that it is, I can tell you instantly which kingdom it is in. I know most of them by name, but I know all of them by color. Oh, yellow-red? Oh, yellow-red is Adana. Just run Adana with true damage. Or just with any Explorer team. And as match. Double the purple. Darkness. Oh, don't even need it. Skull clears it out. Yeah, yellow-red Adana. Oh, Combo Breaker? I don't believe they are adding the Combo Breaker back. There is still a form of Combo Breaker in the game. They just toned it down, like, ridiculously low to make sure it's not absolutely insane. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, the Combo Breaker is still in the game. It's just turned very, 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 very low relative to how it was for like that 1 month or two. Even all the way back in the day, it has actually been on in this game. I don't think it has ever been off other than when they had difficulty settings that actually had them specifically. But for the last almost year plus, there has been a Combo Breaker automatically in every battle you do The reason it only was noticeable a couple months ago, for about a month or two, was because they ended up ramping it up out of nowhere by a very large amount. But then they ended up reverting that basically back to what it was due to complaints, which is in the state that it's currently in right now. So there's still a combo breaker. It's just so tame that it's essentially unnoticeable. You can also get the Arcane Storm from Dragon's Claw. Yes, you can also get it from Dragon's Claw, but there's 2 or 3 troops in that kingdom that have a 25% chance to revive. Generally, when you have a choice between 2 different kingdoms to do the battles, you want to do it in the kingdom that has the least amount of chances to revive. For example, again, with like something like Golvania versus Blighted Lands, you want to do it with Golvania, because I believe Golvania has 0 troops that revive, and I know Blighted Lands has at least 2, if not 3. So that's generally what you end up doing when you know there's a dual color. Like, for example, between Glacial Peaks and Kedar. In this case, I believe none of them actually have any chances to revive, but you end up doing Kedar because Kedar has very high armor, low HP, whereas Glacial Peaks is very well balanced and has a couple things that can like freeze and barrier and stuff like that. So just for safety's sake, it's better to go Kedar. Yeah, generally you aim based on which one has absolutely nothing that can revive within the kingdom is basically the best way to go about it. And then the next parameter is which one has the highest armor but lowest HP, so you can run a quick true damage team like Crimson Bat or something like that. That used to be done a lot more. I don't think it's done as much, mainly because as of recently, the last month or so, I noticed in Explorer, they ended up making it so whatever the event troops are, like let's say it says kill X amount of undead, they basically made it so there's a higher chance to actually find those regardless of what kingdom you explore in. Let's see if that's actually, you can get that to show. Of course, when I say that, we can't actually get any to show up. Let's see. Gonna prove me wrong by checking like 5 kingdoms, isn't it? Apparently. Of course, I'm checking all of the non-undead kingdoms. I'm pretty sure if I actually checked one that did have undeads, like let's say a Blighted Lands. Let's see. Come on. Don't make me have to go to Golvania, where there's all the undeads, and Kedar. Well, obviously you'll see them there. Okay, never mind. I thought it was, but maybe they didn't end up doing that. It seemed like it was when I was exploring earlier. It could just be really bad luck when I'm trying to show it right now. But it seemed like almost every single kingdom, regardless of where you played, you would start getting whatever, a small amount of whatever the event troop actually is for the week, or, you know, of the specific type. Of course, it's always just best to go to whichever kingdoms have the most, like this week. And for next week on console, it's Golvania and Kedar if you want to farm those. I'm not quite sure what the event will be for next week, and of course we'll be going over that tomorrow for PC Mobile as far as everything we'll need to do with that. What happened in Guild Wars? Oh, we end up doing perfect score, or, you know, a perfect win. Not really a perfect score. I'd consider perfect score basically 7,500 or higher would be perfect score. That's just perfect win rate. That's still really solid. One of the battles did go a little bit hairier than it needed to be. We ended up losing a troop, had to resummon it, and that's probably what lost us a good majority of that points. Also, we were 700 off from getting Paragon for the second time, unfortunately. We came so close. The highest in my guild is Sidewind DR. I believe that's the first time he gets Paragon. I find it really strange. I think like almost half the guild at this point has been a Paragon. Even though there's been 22 weeks, half the guild has basically been Paragon. It's not the same person every single week. He keeps changing almost every single time, which I find kind of interesting. I don't believe any person in my guild has gotten Paragon more than twice. Or I don't think so. I haven't even gotten it twice yet either, too. We came close, though. 700 off. Doing better in, like, one more battle would have done it. So close. Oh, well. Not too big a deal. We barely even have that much of a stat difference between the two. But yeah. Anyways, is there anything else you guys want me to go over? Just let me know. We already went over the events, and we'll be covering that in a video tomorrow and all that. I'll be getting the Let's Play video hopefully out tonight, too, where we go over basically our progress that we've been doing and just going over some guide-like stuff for newer players. Speaking about guides, I do still want to do the video in the nearest future going over basically everything for how to progress through the game, like what to do when you're at this level, this level, this level, and how to go through the entirety of it in one summed up video. That will hopefully get out early next week. And yeah, that's basically the plan. Okay, let's double the brown. Get that going. Also, Halloween's kind of around the corner. Kind of. Kind of. 21 days. Actually, a little bit more than 21 days. About a little over 3 weeks away. Where to move? Double purple. That's gonna almost guaranteed miss. At least we got some mana out of it. Go double the browns. Nice, it did land. Take that out. Take the last little bit of mana. Ollie. And just basically win at this point. That does look like a match. Get another one down. And this explosion for cleanup. You decided that you like Eye of Xenos in Arena. It has potential. The stat gain, if it steals HP, is very, very potent. There's not that many Fae, though. I can't really think of anything that's Fae that really gets picked in Arena, except for maybe Wisp or something. But Wisp is a lot weaker in Arena due to it not having any of its traits. It has 3 perfect traits, of which it doesn't get to use any in Arena, like every troop. What did I just came here for? Oh yeah, I was going to go check the eye that you just said. How much is the stat gain on it? Or the stat steal? Oh, it's a static 5 stat steal, regardless. Yeah, that could be quite potent, particularly if it steals magic, life, really anything other than armor. That's going to be pretty effective. 5 attack reduction is basically a half attack. It basically just cuts their attack in half in Arena. On some troops, it could even destroy all of their attack. But in late game, it'd basically be half of their attack. And I don't know what the scale of that damage would be. But that definitely would one-shot phase with triple damage, that is for sure. So if they happen to be using a Fae, it will die instantly to the eye in Arena. And it would come probably 2 to 3 shots on most troops, assuming it doesn't ever steal magic. Could one-shot a couple of them. But personally, I'd still stick with the mythic weapon if you happen to have it. The good old Dawnbringer. Yeah, if it could get that magic, it's kind of like the potency of, what's that one weapon? I don't know if it's actually obtainable these days, but there's a red-purple weapon called, actually I forget exactly what it's called. It's 16 mana cost, red-purple, steals 1 stat from all enemies. Whenever it steals magic, it gains 4 magic, and that tends to be pretty good. It's very similar to that of the eye, except it hits everything on the enemy team. Alright, let's go double the purples there. Yeah, Staff of Madness, that's what it was, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately it's not craftable or obtainable really by any means. Also, are we seriously going to lose this? Yeah, looks like it. Move that out the way. He does move the purples into place, but we're frozen on it. Why I don't really want to take it. Move that over. Double the brown, which we're not frozen on, luckily. We are frozen on purple though. Yeah, we're still going to throw it. Ooh, we missed the extra turn. At least he can't damage us with that anymore. So we'll just double the purple here. And then just LE. Oh, we still have potential. If we can double this brown. Nice. And yeah, we can still win this. Just need one more cast. Come on, you got this. Oh, if we could just take a skull right now, the value would be really, really good. Oh, hello, skull. It's like, if only we could take a skull. Where can we take a skull? It's only flashing right there. Alright, take that for the extra turn. And that does look like a match. Barely, but it is a match. But could I have taken that skull? Probably. I feel like that happens a lot. It's like, oh, I need a skull. And then the skull's just there. I'll take a random color. It's like, why didn't you take the skull? Pretty sure that happens at least once per week, if not more. Let's see. Yeah, it's obtainable as a $5 weapon, but they never added it to Soulforge. I really wish they would add all the old event weapons to the Soulforge. A lot of people were able to get it for almost like 0 glory back in the day. Every single weapon they've ever introduced for money that currently are unobtainable by normal means, but are available for $5 most weeks. Like, for example, this week is, what even is this week? Skullblade, which is this thing. This thing was available for like 80 glory at one point, back when a glory was a lot harder to obtain, but still, it was like 80 glory or something to be able to get this weapon. At the time when this weapon came out, it was actually the strongest weapon in the game, as weird as that may seem, because you have to keep in mind, skulls were meta at the time. So dealing damage to the first 2 enemies and then removing all skulls for a boost ratio was relatively decent because you'd want to deny out the skulls of the enemy team. You either want to take them all or deny them out, one of the two. And this weapon was really good for doing the denial half of that option. So, yeah, it ended up working nice. It also synergized with things like Reaver at the time and Night Coronet. I believe Night Coronet at the time used to hit the first 2 enemies. Reaver also at the time was stronger than Night Coronet. For the longest time, Night Coronet was absolutely useless in this game. Then they buffed him twice and he became one of the best early game troops in the game, which is kind of nice. And it's really well balanced too these days in the stronger side. It's really good in early game and versatile for everything, really good traits, has high damage output. But then once it gets to the late game, it becomes average, which is still nice. That's how most troops should kind of scale. Become a little bit stronger early on to help newer players out. And then once it gets to the late game, just make it all like mid-range. Problem is, once you get to late game, you can get some super gigantic troops that are just absolutely insane in the late game because of how stats end up boosting. You wish they put all weapons in the Soulforge so you could get them all for completions. Yeah, I know. That's why I want them to do too. That's what I assumed they were going to do, but they didn't end up doing it. They added completely new weapons instead. But yeah, I really wish they would bring those back. There's a lot of spear of all those colors. They could even make it a little bit more expensive too, if they're afraid that it will like devalue them, but I don't really think it will. They could just offer it similar to how they have the how they do all the weapons. Like, for example, if it's an epic one, they will do it for the epic cost. Like, for example, if we go under hero right now, let's go find an old event weapon real quick. Like this guy. I believe this is one that you're not normally able to obtain. This is a blue-brown... is it legendary? Yeah, it's a blue-brown legendary weapon. So for this little guy... or actually, let's go show the other one too. So, for example, there's that blue-brown that I just showed, and there's also... Where's the troops? There's that blue-brown I just showed, and then there's also this pure brown. Which just explodes a bunch of things and then does a little bit of split damage. But you can see that one's epic, that one's legendary. What they could do basically is for the... come on, I keep clicking the wrong one. Basically for the... oops, over to weapons. For the legendary one, make it the same cost of what a legendary weapon costs to be able to create. And then just make the epic one the same cost for an epic weapon to create, which would be very, very easy to obtain. And it would still keep these legendary weapons hard enough to obtain, but still... for the completionists out there wanting to get it. I really wish these were a little bit cheaper though, like 50,000 souls or something. I do find these legendary weapons to be a little bit overpriced. Personally, the epic weapons, as ridiculously high of a cost they have, I actually don't find the epic weapon or the mythic weapons to be overpriced. I know that is 1,000,000 souls and that is a lot of souls, but for how good it is, it's relative to that cost. It's still a ridiculously high amount, but I do find these legendary ones to be a bit too skewed, because good majority of these are relatively bad for the most part, to the point that you'd almost never use them. And to throw 100,000 souls at something you're never going to use among other resources is pretty bad, just for the point of trying to get another weapon or trying to get a mythic in the case of all of the Exynos pieces. They probably make decent money on those. The $5 purchase things, I don't know if they do or not. I know they weren't really selling much before they lowered it in price. I was actually one of the people that managed to get them to lower the price. They used to cost like $10 or $15 to get one of those weapon pack things. I was able to convince them to go down to $5 because that's the exact same price they did it on console. So we were able to do that. But yeah, some of them are worth it on $5. A good majority of them are not worth it for $5 though. Like, for example, the Skull Blade I just showed that's currently available. That weapon is not worth it for $5. It was when it was first released, if they released it like that. But in the current meta of the game, you would never use it. You would just add it to your collection, and that would be it. But yeah, it is really hard for a newer player to basically 100% everything in the game these days, mainly because of how they end up giving out the old weapons. Because there basically is no way to do it for free as of this current moment in time. And if they ever were to add it to the Soulforge, that would allow it to be able to be obtained for free for the first time ever, other than when they were initially launched. Alright, we'll go throw that down. And let's match. Yeah, a couple of them are really good in Arena. I just meant for general purposes, though. Almost every high tier weapon is really good in Arena. The higher tier weapon you go, like Legendary or Mythic, regardless of what it does, it's pretty much automatically really, really good in Arena, simply because it's just a stronger weapon that's going to be doing more things, So just naturally, it's going to be good in arena, where people might be using slightly weaker weapons. Let's see. Like, every single one of the best weapons in arena is either legendary or mythic. There isn't a single epic one that really gets used for the most part. That also has to do with the fact that the epic and below only cover one color. And generally, when running an arena, you do want to cover at least 2 colors with your hero weapon, just because it gives you more versatility in filling it. And that's definitely good, given that you're normally missing manas in arena. Very rarely will you get a draft where you get 5 colors, and then you could just pick a single color for your hero weapon. That does not happen that often. Not at all. Whoa! What are you doing? Okay, well, we're frozen on that color, but I still need to get it up. Oh, one more cast, we die. Now, here would be a slight instance where that impervious would be kind of nice. Since we could use the impervious on that new guy coming on Monday in order to be able to make sure they don't really freeze us, or actually mainly just to freeze would be the main annoying aspect that they would have on it. Come on, why didn't you die? We're so close. Wait, are we seriously gonna win this? I think we won. Yeah, we moved that over. Oh. Really? No. Really? Well then. I won. Nope. Oh yeah, Crescendo is really, really good. Crescendo was actually the last weapon they ever added when they were giving weapons out on a weekly basis. That used to happen. Basically a new weapon every week. But then they stopped doing it. The last one they ended up doing was 2016. Sometime February 2016. They ended up giving out the last weapon that way. And yeah, they kind of did it with a bang, because Crescendo is actually really solid of a weapon. One of the most solid weapons they ever released, actually. We'll go move that down. Go put the purples. Double the purples. Go throw that down. Rag. I mean, yeah, Ragnagord. For a second, no, not Ragnagord. Why did I call him Rag? Infernus, and down he goes. Yeah, Crescendo with Crimson Bat is really fun. You can also do Gorgultha, Crimson Bat, and Crescendo, and that covers every color in the game, which is also quite potent. So solid, you should try a team with it next. I'm not using the right hero class for it, though. You need to be using either Archer or Sorcerer to be able to do it. And in case I need to be using Mechanist class tomorrow morning, I can't switch my class. We'll go move that up. Move that down. But we could do it tomorrow night stream, probably. If you just remind me. We'll definitely make sure to cover it. Hey, who knows? Maybe it'll even be available next week. That'd be funny if it was. That'd be really coincidental. Maybe they're looking at the stream. It's like, oh yeah, we need to go release Crescendo next week. I guess I could go do it now. I can't switch my hero class, though. It'll still work without it, I guess. It's just not going to be anywhere as good as it could be. But yeah, we'll go do it right now. Okay, let's go see what we can do. Okay, so Gorgultha. Oh, gotta go pull out the classic team. Gorgultha. Crimson Bat. Let's see, where's Crescendo? The classics. Okay, let's roll with this. Brown, yellow banner. And there we go. Unfortunately, this doesn't work as good anymore, as weird as that may seem, because Crimson Bat doesn't have Cursed anymore. Generally, you would hope you would get an HP debuff right now, and then you'd be able to do 2 times skull damage to them immediately. Well, I guess that Cascade kind of helps us to be able to do what I just said, so I guess it's not as bad, because now we can start doing 2 times skull damage to them already, since we can just do true damage via that, and good to go. Now we go get Gorgultha. And start going from there. Oh, wow. He's taking so much damage so quickly. The struggle of Crimson Bat first slot. But now we can just use the core of the team. That Crimson Bat is meant to kind of die, but ideally you would end up getting a few good skull values out of it, which we didn't end up getting to do. He's not even going to let us do our hero, is he? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no, we are going to get a chance. He just helped us right there. We'll take that purple out the way. Is that enough damage? No. It would be if we were using the hero class. It would be enough to kill it right now. But we'll just do that and then kill it out with the Crimson. But yeah, what should have happened there is Crescendo extra turn into the Crimson Bat. I think I can't actually use this team with the Crimson Bat first slot anymore. It doesn't work since there's no Cursed on him. The whole point of using him before was you use the Cursed, you then get the... you then hope that it hits on HP with one of the two that reduce down the values, and then you just keep throwing down your damage from there. And keep getting back up with Gorgolfa as well. Man, we'll move that over. Looks like he's going to get a pretty solid drain there. So we'll just go and explode everything. Extra turn. Nice. Cascades, but no extra turn. Not going to have enough damage either. The struggle of not having the right hero class. That's another thing that's pretty nice about having the Sorcerer class too, is you can keep stacking it up over time. So that is not going to be enough to get the kill on anything. We'd want to get Gorgolfa next if we can. He's going to do a lot of things that do brown manipulation. Luckily, we need more brown on the board, so that would actually be helpful. Nice. Except that's actually not going to help us much, but at least we can move that. Move that up, get full Gorgolfa, throw that down, and get our explosions back down again. And then we do that for the cleanup, explode again. And then we just go for another extra turn, or just simply Crimson Bat, kill everything. And down it goes. Yeah, Crescendo. It's the only full AoE true damage in the entire game that has an automatic extra turn. The closest thing that isn't a Crescendo to Crescendo is basically a Marilith. But yeah, out of everything that does true damage, particularly full AoE true damage, is the only extra turn that you can get from it. We type in true right here. Actually, you know what? I think there's a type that we can actually show to try to get it to do the right one. Let me see. Which category would that be under? Trait, type, mana color, spell effect, true damage. I never actually used this search before. Wow, there's so many things in here. Transform, curiosity. Oh, there's all the transforms. I didn't realize there was a way to search by them. Oh no, now it shows all of them. Well, where's true damage? No! There it is, true damage. No, that's troll regeneration. Wait, what? What? You don't have true damage as a... What? Oh, I'm looking under traits. Fail. No wonder. Whoops. That's the wrong category. They really need to reorganize these. I believe they're doing that next patch. True damage. Oh, it's the really last pick, obviously. Wow. But yeah, out of everything that has an extra turn chance, Astral Spirit slightly has it. What else has one? Marilith slightly has it. And Spirit Fox slightly has it. Shadow Dragon kind of as well, because you get to convert. That's 4 of them that partially. Vinoxia I don't really count, it does way too little damage. And, well, I guess you could count it. It's kind of the same concept as color, but yeah, there's 5 at most. And all of them aren't really particularly good, and none of them are guaranteed chance. A Crescendo is the only true damage in the entire game, single shot or multi-shot, that has a 1... Oh, wait, never mind. She has single shot. Okay, well, it's the only one that hits multiple enemies that has a guaranteed chance of actually going. But yeah, because she does technically have it, but it's a it's only against the Daemons, I think. Yeah, extra turn on Daemons, double on yellow as far as the damage. Yeah, I know, I was under the wrong category. Fail, fail, fail. It happens. But yeah, I believe that will pretty much wrap it up for tonight, guys. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be going over new events, all that. We'll have the video out for that as soon as we possibly can. Which is probably a few hours after the event. Probably going to just stay up all night and do that, because there's another video I need to go do as well as something else, so might as well get all of it done tonight. drank a bunch of caffeine and stay up. Then just crash all day on Monday. Sounds like a plan, because I don't have anything really specifically planned on Monday, so sounds like a good idea. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for coming out tonight. I will see all of you, I guess, tomorrow night, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time stream. We'll be going over the event and all that, anything that we haven't covered in the video, messing around with teams. There is a new legend in the event key drop poll, so you might want to pull that if you want. It is pretty decent. It's also the best burner casting, best casting burner in the game. So for any of you who've been needing a burn effect for whatever reason to synergize with your team, the new troop is going to be working very well for that. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful week. I'll see you all later, and goodbye.